who have described your seniors in your constituency. Tell us a little bit about that, your relations.
You know, it's so interesting how people interpret questions, because the first thing that came to mind was the seniors that are working in my campaign. And the seniors working in my campaign are mostly older African and Native American women. And they say, Diane, we don't have any money, but we can make phone calls and we can help get people out and we can stuff envelopes. And what comes to mind to me is that many of these seniors that I know, it is a national fact that the poorest people in America are African American women, followed by Native American women who are trying to live on their Social Security. And many of them were maids and so, or had service sector jobs, so you know that their Social Security pension isn't very great. And when I think about the central area, what I think about are the seniors that I know who are actually losing their homes because they can't afford to pay their property taxes. And so what I know is that as a city that believes in diversity and that everyone has a right to live here, then we need to do more to make sure that those people do not have to lose their homes because they cannot pay property tax. And then it becomes gentrification in neighborhoods. And so I think one of the things that I would like to champion on the City Council is to see what we can do to make sure that becomes non-existent. That if a senior wants to leave their house, that they can leave it and they can make sure that they sell it, but it's not because they can't pay their property tax. So that's something that I would champion. The other thing that I think is just very important is that seniors are not closed in their homes. And that means that we have wonderful places like the Southeast Senior Center, that we have the Central Area Senior Center where people can come and play cards and dominoes and have fun and go to Vegas on trips. But I think it's really important that we provide the financial resources to make sure that people don't have to lose their homes and that they have a place like this to come to. Thank you.
The question is to describe the seniors in our constituency, and as you may know, Seattle City Council members are elected at large, so that means we represent seniors from throughout the city, not just one particular neighborhood. I would describe them as very diverse, but what seniors all have in common is that they would like to live independently and with dignity in their own homes. And that's what I devote my service to seniors, whether African American or any others. I want to make sure that we have a safety net that will help seniors to be able to live independently and with dignity in their own homes. And the type of programs and services that I've advocated for and helped to fund are programs like minor home repair, the African American Elders Program, additional funding for our senior centers to provide areas where places for seniors to go to so they can get out of their homes and socialize and meet other people in the community. And that is what we all want, to be able to live with dignity and independence in our own homes, regardless of our financial well-being. And those are the kind of services and programs and policies that I will continue to support if I am re-elected to the Seattle City Council.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Diana Toledo again, and I want to make it clear that my opponent isn't here today, and I'm not running against Honorable Council Member Larry Gossett. So I just wanted to point that out so I can stand a chance in this room. I have lived in Seattle my whole life. I have many members of my family that are considered seniors and elders, minorities. My niece's grandmother is right here, so it's a surprise to see her today. My former principal, Mr. Garden, here as well. And community is so important to me. And there are a lot of people that know me and work with me over the last 15 years in King County government that know my heart, my passion. And I believe in standing up for what is right. And I've seen injustices throughout the years against the minority communities, African American communities, and we need to right some of those. And we need to specifically look to seniors in the African American community and ways to make it easier for them to stay in their homes. There's a lot of resources out in the community. I think that's an area that's lacking. And I applaud the group here for your efforts and your work. It is amazing. So congratulations. I'm sure you deserve that award and much more. So keep up the good work. For me, as a young child, my mother worked in a nursing home, and I was exposed to and heard horror stories about when people are removed from their homes, especially when if just a little help they could be that could keep them there. And I agree with Diane Ferguson, and And there was some confusion last week at the West Seattle Parade because they said, Diane or Diana? And I said, you know what, we're both awesome. Just vote. We're on the ballot, Diana. Support each other. And, but I agree with her. Property taxes have been a significant concern in our communities for being able to stay in the home and to eliminate the gentrification that will occur. And right now with the economy, the economic downturn, the recession, I'm hearing a lot of concerns about why are property taxes actually going up when the assessments are going down. And so it's something that I would like to look into on the King County Council, as long as many other issues. Transportation is important as well. And also I wanted to echo what... Oh, okay. Well, thank you very much.
Again, Larry Gossett, run for King County Council position number 2. I'm representing the neighborhoods of the Central area where I've lived all my life. Rainier Valley, Rainier Beach, Skyway, and in the north, Fremont, Wallingford University, and Lawhurst. Those are the neighborhoods that are able to vote for me. I am a senior. I'm 66 years old. And my mother is still alive, who is 87. So I'm particularly interested more and more so in senior issues. Bruce Harrell mentioned earlier that we as legislators, we're policy makers. We make the rules, set the priorities. So I have had the opportunity to pass legislation at the county level, lowering the property taxes for seniors. One of the challenges that I'm dealing with now, and one of the speakers, I think it was Diane Ferguson, mentioned that not enough seniors know about their home tax-paying reductions if they make lower level. For example, my father died last August. I made my mother's income low enough to be eligible for our program. Her taxes went from $2,666 a year to $903. And everybody in our county, not just City South, who are elderly and make under $25,000 or $30,000 a year are eligible for that kind of thing. But it is literally thousands of our seniors that don't know about this. We have to have a campaign to get that information out to people. I'm working on creating that in my district, but we should be doing it throughout the county because it impacts every low-income senior. I've sponsored legislation to make sure the county gives money to Seattle Senior Services for a program. We don't have to do that because we're responsible for seniors outside of Seattle. But we do that. So thank you. I look forward to getting your vote.
My name is Dale Pusey, and I see our seniors as the people who built modern America, those who defeated Nazism and racism and made it for a world that I would never know discrimination or segregation. But I feel right now our seniors are being let down as they get older. We see property taxes rising, whereas their incomes are dropping off. It's harder for seniors to get good health care, good transit. And if they built us such a great country that we live in and we enjoy, isn't it our duty to do the same for them? It's heartbreaking to see some seniors who have to choose between medicine or their rent, or not be able to go to the doctor to see about this illness, or not be able to get out of their house, volunteer with their grandchildren. And I hope that in time that, should I be elected, I can get out there and work with seniors so that they can keep their independence. Nothing's worse to me than losing your independence and feeling dependent on someone else for your well-being. And I believe most of our seniors feel the same way. And I hope to help them in that way by expanding the senior centers. This is a wonderful thing. My parents' home in Florida do not have anything like this. They've recently retired, and it worries me. I look around and I see the camaraderie and the friendship here, and I just think to myself, wow, wouldn't that be great for every senior? For everyone to not feel alone or feel like no one wants to deal with them. And our city should continue its commitment to them. Thank you.